Hi, you guys. Welcome to Coming In Hot with Caroline Baudino. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome. I just want to say, number one, always, I'm so grateful to have you. Thank you for the love and support, always. Today, I really want to dig deep. I know you guys heard my fabulously long story as the first episode, but I really want to just touch base a little bit so I can give you a taste of some of the things that I did to actually bring myself back and to actually feel this good at 52. Because I do think that 52 gets this number, right? It's a number that I think people think. I thought it was like grandma. And let me just make a comment right now. Golden girls. Where are my golden girl lovers? Okay? Because I know there's thousands of you. They did a cruise. So, right. I mean, do not lie to me. We all love golden girls. I may have been Blanche. Someone said I was Blanche. I was like, wait, I wasn't Blanche. But anyway, you guys, you know what you're talking about. With the Golden Girls, that was considered 50. Legitimately, you guys. The Golden Girls were like 50, like my age. I am not joking, okay? And it was the gray hair. You look like a grandma. And I'm not saying grandmas aren't beautiful. You're allowed to have gray hair and be a grandma and be beautiful. But the point is, 50's changed. Okay. And if it's the last thing I do, I'm even more going to change it. Okay. I'm going to flip the switch on it being old and I'm going to make it, you're just getting started. And I think it's something that people forget that, let me tell you something. Some of the most powerful, strong, intelligent women that I know right now are all over 50. I know that they have experienced life. They've been through a lot. There are a lot of ups and downs, especially after you have children and you've gone through deaths and divorces and losses of parents. And, you do become incredibly experienced. And I think that's something that women forget as we get older, that we are starting from experience, not from scratch, because scratch sounds really scary. Right? So, and that's why I always say reinventing yourself sounds scary to me because it feels like you have to go out of your way to kind of find things that, that you've never tried before, you never did before, which can make you feel scared and insecure, which could easily make you quit and not do it. Right? Because it's like if you're not comfortable, you're more likely not to do it. And it's interesting, like for me, knowing and doing things that I just know work for me, that I know just make me smile. We all have those friends that make you laugh, right? Like we all have that friend that you're just gonna fucking laugh with them. Having these tools, and I want to bring this up today. My real topic today is called happy tools. And I'm sure you guys are all like, oh, is she popping a bunch of pills? I wish. No. The happy pills, it's not happy pills, it's happy tools, okay? So the happy tools is what I call my survival toolkit, right? It's the tools that I use daily. Yes, daily. No, you don't take 3 weeks off and then think you're going to feel the same way that you don't take 3 weeks off the gym and then think that you're going to lift the same exact weight or that you're going to run just as far for just as long without literally being completely out of breath and probably falling off the treadmill, right? You know how you have to practice, you have to do it daily. And that's my biggest thing has been consistency. So as you heard my story, I find myself at 47. I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm completely lost. I feel like I don't recognize myself. I'm starting to walk past the mirror and not honestly find even that version of me that I liked. And I started to realize the psychology in that and what does that do to you? And I remember feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. I think being a mom, going through COVID, going through having kids at home, homeschooling. I mean, let me tell you something. God bless teachers. I'm going to say it now because let me tell you something. Teaching 3rd and 5th grade isn't pretty, okay? Is it not pretty? I could have taught you how to dress. The boys could have had the greatest outfits on, but math was a very different situation, okay? Not sure what they learned, but it's okay. That's in the past. Listen, the point is finding my happy tools. And I noticed during COVID and during certain times, there were things that I would start to do that I knew would kind of take that negative energy and put it into positive. I knew that certain things helped my nervous system, right? or I noticed certain things would just put me in a better mood or snap me out of it, if that makes any sense. I know for me, when I was telling you guys, I told John to get his shit together. I told him he was going to have to start helping me because I wanted to have some sort of a schedule or some sort of an understanding of how is this going to work, right? We are a team. We need to support each other and help each other so that we both get to live our best lives, right? That's what marriage is. Ladies, just a quick reminder, marriage isn't it's not a Ponzi scheme, okay? We're going to discuss that too. That's coming in another, yes, you have to stay tuned the entire year because I'm going to be giving you a lot of tips. I think marriage is a Ponzi scheme because, again, they're dangling carrots and dangling things and you don't really know what you're getting yourself into because it's like things change after a while, right? After a while, things somehow change. So for me, the happy tools are things that keep you feeling your best no matter what. That is something that I realized during COVID, I needed to find things that would reset me or just put me in a good mood again, right? You're home, you're locked down, you're with your kids 24/7, you're teaching, you're this, but you still have to find you're happy, right? What, are you just going to be miserable? Are you just going to just forget about yourself and let yourself go? I was kind of so when things get hard, you have a choice, right? You have a choice to be oh my God, I can't do this. This is awful. I'm going to fail. I'm not doing it. Forget it. I give up. You also have the choice of fuck, okay, this is hard, but I'm smart. I'm capable. I can figure this out. Okay, let me Google what are the steps? How can I do this? How can I figure this out? How can I pivot? How can I change? And I think there was the big difference for me, was understanding that I had a choice and that I had a choice every single day. And I was following along what everybody else was doing. Like I told you, I looked in the mirror. I did not recognize myself. And I realized, where is she? And I realized I stopped doing all the things that I love to do. I stopped doing things that I know make me calm. I stopped doing things that didn't, you know what I mean, would help my anxiety. So I was wait. So when I told John that he had to help me and get his shit together, it was a conversation about how do we make this work with our schedules? Because I need at least 2 or 3 mornings. I at least want to be able to play tennis. As douchey as that sounds, yeah, I was the asshole who's I want to play tennis. But I did. I loved tennis. I played tennis my whole life growing up. You know what I mean? That actually was a sport I loved. Yes, I taught tennis at Cape Cod Sea Camps, okay? I'm saying it out loud for all my camp lovers. And everyone who is from Cape Cod is probably laughing their asses off right now. So I taught tennis and I was a lifeguard, not to brag. But in teaching tennis, I literally went back to, this is something I loved. Why did I stop doing it? And then how did I feel after doing it? And so I remember talking to John and saying, I want to play tennis again. Even if it's just once a week. I'm not saying I have the time or the money to go play every day or the freedom to go do that. But I need a little something for me. I need a reminder of who I am, things that I like to do, not just playing with toy trucks in the dirt, or not just the Natural History Museum or Travel Town, or you know what I mean, or my gym or my Gymboree, or just talking about poop and babies and kids. I needed something for me, a little me time. So it was one of those things that I was okay, I need certain tools and certain things. My tools were movement. Okay, so I told John at least once a week, I got to get some movement in. And I'm going to do something I used to love. I loved tennis. 2 of my best friends were playing tennis. And I was can I join you guys? Because I was I kind of want to see friends. I don't see friends enough. I think moms really get secluded. I think you really get lonely and no one talks about it because no one really wants to say that it's hard. No one wants to admit how hard it is. So we all lie and pretend we're fine. Meanwhile, we have not slept in 75 hours. We haven't eaten in 7 weeks. We're depressed. We're exhausted. We probably haven't showered. And we're smiling and pretending we're fine because nobody wants to say it's hard. Nobody wants to admit that they can't do it or it's not, or maybe they're not happy because then you're an asshole and you're a terrible mother. So we're caught in this horrible web of you're not allowed to feel anything, right? You're supposed to be happy because you're married with kids. So you're not allowed to be sad. You're not allowed to be bored. You're not allowed to feel anything. You're just supposed to be happy. And I was okay, well, that doesn't work for me. Unfortunately, I love them. I adore them. I love spending time with them. But for me, I'm going to say it out loud. I don't love volunteering at school. Any other moms out there, I do not like volunteering at school. Okay. And I was the vice president of the PTA. That's all you need to know. Okay. That's where I ended up. in my pursuit of being the perfect mom. So, and basically was at urgent care every year. I was stressed out of my mind. I cried all the time. I remember feeling horrible anxiety, and not because I was with my kids, not because I didn't want to see them. I didn't enjoy that kind of work. I didn't like being around mean moms. I didn't like being around moms talking shit about other moms. It just was never my MO. It just did not make me feel good. I didn't like all the unappreciative parents and all the bratty kids. Like, I'm very much somebody who believes in respect. I am very much somebody who believes in, feeling seen and heard. And that just did not feel that way. It just was like, I don't like this. And yet I was doing it. And I feel a lot of moms, a lot of us get caught up in doing things that we don't necessarily want to be doing or like doing, and it takes a toll on you. So, and some of us don't have a choice, okay? I'm going to say that. Not all of us have a choice. I have a luxury that I could walk away from that volunteering job. Not everyone has a choice. And I want to just remind you that at the end of the day, you have a happy toolkit, okay? You have a survival kit that you can use every single day just to help you get through the day. Just to help to find your happy in the hard, okay? And I'm being dead serious when I say that, because life is really hard. I am never going to lie to you. I'm 52. I've had a friend lose her son, okay? I've seen the divorces. I've seen the cheating. I've seen it all, you guys. And life is really hard and throws you a lot of curveballs. And you need a survival kit that gets you through each and every day, no matter what, that helps you find your happy in the hard. At the end of the day, 98% of life is hard, honestly. And you got to find your happy no matter what, because as moms, as women, the truth is we fucking show up. We do. We don't give up. We don't, you know what I mean? We show up. And for me, I'm somebody that's like, when things get hard, again, I said this in the beginning, are you the person that's going to give up and just give in? Or are you going to just make an effort and see how you can make this work for you and benefit you? So something like COVID, I just want to give this example of how the Happy Tools really worked for me. COVID. I had so many people literally yelling at me because I was getting dressed, because I was sticking to my routine. In the complete and utter lockdown where nobody was leaving their house, people could not wipe their asses because there was no toilet paper. You basically had to fight your neighbors for eggs. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, okay? It was a free-for-all. I was wearing sequined pants. I know. I don't want to hear it. I was wearing sequined pants, and I may have had a hat on. I may have had a hat on. Yeah, fedora. And I'm going to tell you why. I realized that looking like shit didn't do anything for me. I realized that walking past the mirror and seeing myself look like complete and utter shit didn't actually put me in a good mood or do anything for me. Didn't do anything for my mental health. I actually felt worse. So I started to notice that one of my happy tools is getting dressed. It just is. Me looking good does something for my brain. It literally signals my brain that I give a shit about myself. That is what getting ready does for me. That is my reminder every single morning that you matter. That is my reminder every single morning that if nothing else is going to go right today, I am going to look fucking good. Okay? So if nothing else, I'm going to look in the mirror and think I'm cute. So it's okay. I'm going to have a cute outfit on. It's fine. Things will be fine. So I'm kidding, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, it matters. So these happy tools for me, I started to find them, right? I started to realize when I had anxiety, I loved sitting outside in the sun. I didn't realize we get so caught up in our worlds. We get so caught up driving. I remember drop off for me was 2 hours. I would leave the house at 7:30 and I would get to my workout class at 9:15 just to drop off 2 kids. So I spent 2 hours in the car, 2 hours to pick up, so 4 hours in my car. I had no time for myself. I was exhausted and I wasn't moving my body. I wasn't doing the things that, again, I'm somebody who used to work out 24/7. You guys, I ran a half marathon. I know, I ran a half marathon and it wasn't easy. I used to run, spin, like major boxing classes. Like I am somebody who enjoys drenched in sweat, working out super hard. And I caught myself like I didn't have any time to do anything. And all of a sudden I was like, you just start to forget about yourself and you start to forget about yourself. And now you're not doing the tools and the things that make you feel good. So imagine what that does to you day after day, month after month, year after year. Now, your kid's 18, leaves the house, you look in the mirror, what do you see? Yikes. I mean, Do you recognize yourself? And this is a true question, you guys. I'm going to ask you honestly, like, walk past the mirror. I'm going to ask you to honestly walk past that fucking mirror and take a look. How does it make you feel? Genuinely. Because if you're telling me that you look fucking amazing, feel secure, you will bump into anyone right now, even an ex-boyfriend, and walk right up to him and say like, hey, oh my God, it's amazing to see you. I know, I look great, don't I? If you're not saying that and you're hiding in any way, or you're hiding behind a fucking corner, or you're ducking behind the car, or you're pulling your hat down or hiding behind an aisle, I am telling you, you give a shit. You're lying. You do care. It is not easier or better to be in your pajamas or in your sweats. That does not make you feel more secure. That does not make you feel stronger, more powerful, like bullshit, okay? If you are hiding from anyone, you do care, right? So for me, happy tool was, I want to get ready. So that no matter what happens, at least I'm ready. I'm dressed. I can see people. Anxiety. Again, going outside, putting my face in the sun. I realized that that really calmed me. I started researching sun therapy, and I was like, oh my God, oh, what? Sun therapy is a real thing? What the fuck? Oh my God, you can just sit outside and it calms you? Like, oh, okay. So sitting in the dark house, stressed out of my mind, watching crime dramas, like that wasn't making me feel better. I'm like, that's so weird. So I go outside, I put my face in the sun. It calms you, you guys. It calms your nervous system. And then I started to remember just taking time to think about things. And for me, it was just thinking about gratitude, thinking about the things that I had. I remember feeling really grateful that we hadn't gotten sick yet. I remember, you're watching a lot of people sick and miserable and losing everything. And that was, not easy to watch. So you are like, okay, how do you calm your nervous system? So I would go outside, I would sit in the sun, it would calm me. Then I started to think about all the things that I had. I'm like, okay, we have food. We're really lucky. Like, I have a cup of coffee I can drink right now. I'm super grateful. Like, we haven't gotten sick. Thank God. Or like, my mom got sick and she recovered. Thank God. Like, I just remember thinking of all the gratitude, not all this shit. Like, before, all we would think about was, I can't buy that bag. Or like, can't you make more money? You're like, like we lost the, you talk about all this shit you don't have or can't do. Rather than, this coffee alone for a minute, listening to the birds is amazing. I'm so grateful. Thank you. You know what I mean? And then I would take it a little bit to manifestation. Like, hey, I really want to be around more women. I really want to inspire more women. Like, I really want to build a community. Like, I feel like enough women don't support each other. We don't talk. Like, I was like, God, life is hard. Marriage is hard. Kids is hard, which is where I started talking on Instagram and started doing my coffee talks in the morning, because I was kind of like, anyone else out there? Like, kind of like a personal journal of like, God, we really have been through so much and we're going through so much and no one's talking. And like, how do we help ourselves? Like, how do we help each other if no one talks? So I just started talking and telling all my shit and all my stories and all my baggage and all my secrets, because I realized like there's probably more of us that are alike than different. And I think a lot of us are struggling more than anyone is willing to admit. So for me, rather than feel lonely, I wanted to feel empowered. I wanted to feel like there was a community. I wanted to build a village. I really did. I wanted to build that village that fucking everybody promises you. Everybody promises you the village when you give birth and no one shows up. Not a single person knocks on your door. So I decided that we needed a village. We needed a village. I started as the second half of life, for all of us empty nesters and all of us kind of getting kids that are getting a bit older and kind of just trying to find themselves again. And then it kind of realized that it goes all the way to 7 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old. How many kids, teens, girls, women are looking in the mirror and not liking what they see? How many of us are just looking in the mirror and just don't feel satisfied, don't feel seen, don't feel heard, don't feel respected or loved, honestly? And we're all searching for that from a very young age. So when you're a grown woman and realize, we need to build this community. We need to find our tools. Women need to have a toolkit, a survival toolkit that helps them function through the hardest of times. And that is honestly where I started the Happy Tools. And I had to figure out what were mine, because you also have to remember we're all different. We're all going through different things. Obviously, my tools may not be your tools, right? You have to find things that make you feel good. Like for me, exercise and movement. I've stepped away from the crazy running and jumping because, of course, I'm 52 and I have 2 bulging discs and a bunion. I know, super sexy. I wear Invisalign too, and I might get a mouth guard. So, John, Get ready for tonight. I mean, but it's the truth, you guys. As you get older, it's like you got to find your tools that work for you, right? Okay, so these are my tools, and I wanted to explain them to you because all our tools, again, I just want to repeat that, are different for everyone. And I needed to figure out what were mine. What makes me feel good? Getting dressed, right? I started to notice that getting dressed made me feel good. Looking in the mirror and looking cute, for whatever reason, put me in a good mood. It put a pep in my step. Like, I just remember being like, oh, you look cute. Like, oh, yeah. You know, you look at yourself in the mirror and you look good. You do say stuff. Like, you are like, damn, girl, where are we going? Like, you're ready for anything. You're ready to go out. Like, when you don't look good and when you look like shit, what do you say yourself? So again, it was that feeling of figuring out getting up and getting dressed was something for me that was super important because it meant that I was making the decision for myself. I'm getting up. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. I'm choosing to get up and to get dressed for me. It's not for anybody else. It's not to impress. I don't care if you know what label I'm wearing. I don't care if you think it's Amazon. Like, I don't care what you're thinking. What matters to me is that I put something on that makes me feel good. Because again, me feeling prepared and ready is what makes me feel good. Feeling chaotic, being shooken up from a sleep, like your kids waking you up and you haven't had your coffee yet or you haven't had a minute to yourself, that does not set me up for success. I actually feel chaotic. I actually feel like stressed. I actually feel like, fuck. And then like I'm in the car and then you're not ready. Then you bump into somebody and then you feel like shit. So you're like, oh my God, I look like shit. Now they're going to tell everybody I look like shit. And then imagine that mind game. So for me, preparation is key. And that's what my happy tools are. It's preparation every single day. That to me is never a waste of time. That's why I don't fear Mondays. I love Mondays because Sunday I prep. I get ready. I get ready for shit that's important to me. And me looking and feeling my best every day so that I'm a good mom and a good friend and a good wife and a good daughter is to look and feel good. So I actually prepare for that. So yes, do I lay my clothes out if I know I have an early morning workout rather than the kids waking me up and then me finding the excuse that because I didn't have time, because I was rushing around and I had to run out the door and your husband isn't helping you, so now you didn't get to work out because you didn't get dressed. Put your workout clothes out at night. Pick out your fucking workout clothes and lay them out at night the same way your kids lay out their uniform. We're no different, right? We're fucking kids. We're just grown up children that like we know better and we should be doing better. So the same way you tell your kid to lay their uniform out, lay your workout clothes out, lay your outfit out for the next day. Guess what? Watch the David Beckham documentary. He plans out his outfits for a week. He has a rack in his, David, I love you. He has a rack out with his entire week's worth of outfits so that he doesn't have to stress and he knows what he's wearing. So I don't want to hear it. If David Beckham can, so can you, all right? So my point is always being prepared. So my happy tools is getting up and getting dressed, and I will do whatever it takes to prepare for that. For me, putting on some positive music, putting my makeup on, that is therapy to me. I enjoy it. I take my time. I listen to music that makes me happy, that pumps me up, that puts me in a good mood. I don't know. It starts making me like, it's like listening to Rocky before you work out or Eminem before you work out. You do. It makes you feel something and you get pumped and like you're ready. So I personally love that routine. So for me, it's movement. That is a happy tool for me. Face in the sun is a happy tool for me. Gratitude is a happy tool for me. Getting dressed, showered, that whole preparation, like cold water shower, that helps anxiety, you guys. Cold water on your neck actually calms your nervous system. So again, that break of whatever is stressing you out, if you're having anxiety, if you're having stress, imagine movement now has helped that, right? Those endorphins, it helps your cortisol levels, like it helps your nervous system. Now you take a shower, that calms you, or you go in the sun, take your 10 minutes, that calms you. Now you're going to take a shower, now you've distracted yourself, right? So whatever's bothering you, whatever's annoying you, like you're refocused. You're now getting ready, you're getting dressed, you're listening to positive music. Now you look cute, you put a cute outfit on. Now you look in the mirror. Most important part, you have to stare at yourself and talk to yourself. Now, I know you're going to say to me, Caroline, shut the fuck up. No one is fucking staring at, like at 52 years old into the mirror. Yes, they are. I am. And you know what I think is stupid? Not looking in the mirror. What I think is stupid is not taking the time to say some positive reinforcement to yourself. Like, since when are you too good, too cool, like, you need it too. We all need to cheer each other on, but we also need to cheer ourselves on. At the end of the day, the person that you are stuck with most and for the rest of your life is you. So you better fucking like you. You know what I mean? You better look in the mirror and want to see that. You should want to see that mirror and that reflection, because that's your best friend. That is your superhero. That is your knight in shining armor. That is the person that is coming to save you and spend the rest of your life with you. So what do you want that person to look like? What do you want that person to feel like? What do you want that person to be? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that is the vision. So when you look in the mirror, what do you want to see? And I'm telling you, it is possible. You find the tools that work for you. I have friends who literally say to me, you know what? Makeup isn't that big of a deal to me. Like, I don't care about the makeup. I'm not a makeup girl, but like, I love getting my hair blown out. They were like, I love having my hair done. Like, when my hair's a mess, it just doesn't make me feel good. And I'm like, you know what? I love a good rat's nest. Like, my hair is a disaster. And if you go on Instagram, you can read all the comments. Everybody wants me to brush my hair. I don't want to brush my hair. It's brushed right now for all of you. I normally don't brush it. I like messy, crazy, beachy hair. It does not bother me, but I love my makeup. Like, I love my makeup. So it's one of those things, right? It has to be for you. Like, what do you love? If you love getting your manicures or your nails, do that once a week. Like, make time. And it doesn't mean it has to be 2 hours every single day. No one has time for that. I don't have time for that. I have to make adjustments. I have to make, I take my 5 minutes here, my 2 minutes here. I'll quickly sometimes get changed and just dressed. Whatever it takes to still do that little small toolkit that you have that ensures you are going to feel good that day. And I'm telling you guys, it changes your life, because when you can react differently, that's when the dynamics in relationships change. You know what I mean? Because when you are cranky, the way you respond is usually what causes the fight, or what causes, or upsets your kids, or causes the drama. It's usually you being able to control your reactions is usually what saves you. I mean, they say that's like a major flex. So for me, I think discipline is a flex, and I also think being able to control your reactions. And when you're in a good mood and you feel good, I'm going to say it as simply as this: you are nicer. That's the truth. Like, you are nicer when you feel good in your own skin. When you are looking in the mirror and liking what you see, you do have a pep in your step. It does work. So for me, I realize these happy tools, I consider my medicine. I consider my survival kit. However you want to call it, however it works for you, it's something that's super important to me, because I really genuinely want to remind you guys each and every day what's so important to me. Listen, we can all be cool. We can all be tough. We can all be badass. But being happy is something that you have to choose every day. It is. It is a choice that you have to make. And that is something that I do every single morning. Like, I will say to myself every morning, that's part of my positive self-talk. So when I say, like, I talk to myself, I really do. I will look in the mirror. I will say, you are strong. You are capable. You are smart. You can do hard things. Let's fucking go. I absolutely say that to myself every single day. When I wake up in the morning and I open my eyes, this may sound very cheesy, but I legitimately say, let's have a killer day. Like, I don't say good. I say great. Like, let's start at the top. Let's assume we're going to have the best fucking day ever. And then whatever happens, you can deal with it. You know what I mean? But if you're starting here at fuck, all right, let me get through today. I gotta do this, and I have to do this. And fuck, I can't wait to get. Imagine, how are you handling things during the day? Like, you're already dreading the day and you haven't even started it. So what's your attitude like? What are you going to do with that? How are you going to treat people? So for me, again, that positive self-talk, that is a happy tool. That is something that you do every single day to ensure that you are in a positive mindset, that you put that negative energy into positive, because it's that important. Yes, I am bringing happy back. Have you guys realized this yet, or no? I'm bringing happy back. I'm bringing positivity back. I'm bringing kindness back. I'm bringing feeling good in your own skin back. I am bringing happiness fucking back. Okay, if it's not sexy back, we're bringing. It's not. Sorry, Justin. Sexy's over. We're bringing fucking happy back. Okay, if it's the last goddamn thing I do. So, ladies, we have to get our shit together. We have to find our happy tools. You need to sit down and take time to focus on you, to be honest with yourself, and to take a quick peek in the mirror. I'm going to tell you, you're going to be surprised how it makes you feel. And I've had many women write to me and say that they teared up, they cried. They hadn't looked in years. And I'm like, I get it. I feel you. We don't make time anymore for ourselves. I was like, but we deserve to be happy too. And we deserve to feel good in our own skin too. And I just want to remind you guys every single day that you are the special occasion. Your life is the special occasion. And I hope you get fucking up and dressed for it every single day, because you are important too. And I love you. And thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. I'm super grateful. I hope you know you're always welcome here, and can't wait to keep digging deep and tell you all my secrets.